Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Ask Jeff Show. This is episode number 20. As usual, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments section below. Make sure you subscribe to this feed so you don't miss any future shows. So we have 3 brand new questions this week. The first one is they want to know, what do you do when your client loses motivation? So it's kind of a tricky question to answer because I believe that they wouldn't be our clients if they had motivation. So we have to start, before they even become your client, as far as where the motivation is going to come from. And one is you need to lead from the front. And what that means is not just being in perfect shape. It just means putting yourself out there, sharing your struggles, sharing the things that you've overcome, and changes that you've made in your own life to be healthier. And that way they can see how, they'll be motivated through your story and be able to relate to it. But then also know that you know exactly what to do to help them get the results that they want. Number 2, it all comes down to results. I don't care how nice you are, how energetic you are, how hard your workouts are. If your clients aren't getting results, it's only a matter of time before they lose motivation and quit. So you have to have systems in place that are constantly checking and making sure that they're working toward a specific result and that they're moving closer to it. And if they're not, finding out what the issue or what the problem is well ahead of time before they get to the point of ready to quit and no motivation. So having different types of systems in place could be, like weekly weigh-ins. We'd have our clients weigh in every Monday. I've talked about this a lot. We call them like motivational Mondays. Every single Monday, if you're coming to work out, you're getting weighed in, unless you did it at home already, which we recommend. We use my software, my Fit Client software. It makes it easy to keep track of that. They're going to do their weight. They're going to check their body fat. We just use the cheap Omron hand, electronic analyzer. And then they're also going to do their pictures each week as well. And then from the weekly weigh-ins, if they've weighed in, at least 4 weeks in a row, they'll qualify to be Client of the Month, which brings me to number 3, which is showing appreciation. We do that through like Clients of the Month. And by showing appreciation, you can do it through Client of the Month. We pick one from the weekly weigh-ins, somebody that's weighed in at least 4 weeks in a row. So that motivates them to weigh in, then to constantly be seeing results. And then between myself and my trainers, we would pick one of them to be the Client of the Month. We'd highlight them, give them some free gifts, post on Facebook and email and everything else about them. The other thing you can do to show appreciation is just somebody that's working hard, send them, random gifts. It could be like an edible arrangement. It could be some kind of workout gear, water bottle, shaker cup for, protein shaker cup, anything like that you can show appreciation. Appreciation goes a long way. People want, to be validated in the hard work they're putting out, that they're actually, doing the right thing, and that their effort is worth it. So constantly showing appreciation is going to keep them motivated. And then 4 is contests. People love to win stuff. They love to compete. That's why we would always run a lot of the low barrier offers are like 6-week transformation contest. So we would do transformation challenges, transformation contest. It could be like a plank wars. People are seeing who can hold the plank the longest, or do it in the coolest place where it's like between 2 rocks when they're out hiking, or in between 2 cars, or something crazy like that. So holding different types of contests are going to keep them motivated. And then we'd always try to get outside, a lot as well. And we do different team boot camps out in the park, even though we have our own studio, just to mix it up. We make it like a trail run and some obstacles and stuff like that, and put people on teams, keep them motivated that way. And 5 is going to be your culture. You just need to breed, results, motivation, excitement, make your place, unlike any other place that you go to work out. Nobody wants to go through the motion. If they're just going through the motion, it's only a matter of time, again, before they quit and go somewhere else. So you have to, breed a culture that is constantly improving, constantly getting better, constantly getting results. And if you do all this, you're never going to have to worry about your clients not having motivation, because they'll quit before they lose motivation just because they won't be able to keep up with everybody else. So once you have all these things in place, then the motivation is always going to be there. And not only are your clients going to stay, you're going to be surprised how fast it actually brings new clients in, because people on Facebook can't help but feel the energy and see the results and want to come in and see what they're missing out on. So follow these 5 things. You want to lead from the front, make sure that you have your own goals, that you're letting people know what they are, sharing your story, sharing your struggles. It all comes down to results. If they're not getting results, it's only a matter of time before they quit anyway. Have systems in place through weekly weigh-ins. It could be client of the month, showing appreciation. Clients need to feel appreciated. They don't want to be just another number, just another member. Contests and creating that culture that breeds results, high energy, very positive environment. You do all that and you will be good to go as far as client motivation and never have to worry about it. And you'll never have to worry about your own motivation either, because when you're leading from the front, you're constantly going to be motivated to keep improving yourself as well. Cool. Our second question is, this person, they want to test an online boot camp, and they want to know what is the best and the most cost-effective way to deliver the workouts. So if you want to beta test an online boot camp program, the most cost-effective way is free. So I would start with Facebook group. You're just going to make it private, and you can set up a sales page and sell the program, through ClickFunnels or whatever, and then just add them to your Facebook group and just deliver the workouts right inside the Facebook group. And the cool thing about that is that if you wanted to put any instructional videos for some of the exercises or images showing how to do certain exercises in that particular workout, you can do that in there, and you can actually hold everybody accountable in there, because they can just post their results or even a video of them doing it in the comment section below that workout, and it stays there nice and organized. And you can do that every day, just workout of the day, just posting that workout in there. That's the best way to test out an online program. You can always switch to more sophisticated software, whether it's building a membership site or using some kind of software that allows for online coaching. A lot of the online coaching software, though, isn't designed for group coaching. It's more individualized and one-on-one. But there are some software out there that you can use. Most of them range between $100 and $200 a month. But the Facebook group's absolutely free. It's the best way to test it out. A lot of our programs we run primarily off of a Facebook group. In my consumer business, Train Aggressive, our main membership site is all done through the Facebook group. So if you want to test online, I suggest going with Facebook. It's going to be free. People are already on there. They're familiar with it. They don't have to log in anywhere. It's the best way to get your content out there. And the last question is, this person just started a private Facebook group, and they want to know what kind of posts get the most interaction. So when it comes to your Facebook group, whether it's a private one or if you created like a community group, the most important thing is just being consistent. If your post, once or twice the first week, once the second week, then 4 times, and then you skip a week, people aren't going to know when to go back and check and make sure they didn't miss anything. So being consistent is key. The problem with consistency is if it's the same stuff over and over, then the engagement goes down. So number 2 is going to be variety. So you want to have variety in the post. If it's the same, inspirational quote with a picture and it's over and over and over again, people are going to get tired of seeing those, and they're not going to be as effective. So you want to have lots of variety. Some of the things, as far as variety goes, you definitely want to ask questions. So it could be as simple as, everybody has a vice, pizza or ice cream, which one is yours? If you had to pick one. People are going to go pizza, ice cream, pizza, ice cream. It doesn't matter that it's just one word answers. It matters that they're actually taking time to engage with the post, and that's going to encourage other people to engage as well. The other thing you want to do is tell them what to do. Tell them to leave a comment. Tell them to post. So you could tell a story about yourself, and then you could tell them to share theirs in the comment section below. So people, need to be told what to do to take action, and they also don't want to be the first one. So so if you don't tell your story in the actual Facebook post, like if you just say like, hey, I'm curious what, who inspired you to be healthy and fit and why? I'll share mine in the first comment below. So you ask the question in the post and then share your answer as the first one. So again, you're leading from the front and they're not the first one to comment, you are. So it makes it easier for the next person and the next person to comment. So whatever you ask of your audience, you should be the first one to leave the comment. The other thing you want to do is if you tell them to do something, give them some examples. So give examples. So if you ask them, what's the number one thing keeping you from reaching your fitness goals? And you could put, I'm too busy, or I don't know what to do, or my family takes that as my number one priority, or I work 2 jobs. So give them some examples. That way, and you'll see that like 75 to 80% of people will say one of your examples, but at least they're still engaging and being involved with your post. So make sure you give examples. Now all this stuff, what it is, it's to relieve the creative burden on them. So when you ask something, if they have to take a lot of energy and time thinking about the answer, they're probably not going to engage. That's why the question, pizza or ice cream, it not only is it simple and quick, it gives them examples, or actually it only gives them 2 options. So that's why that's the easy one. You'll get a lot of people that engage with that one. And then at the end, you can leave a comment saying, hey, thanks for all the examples, or thanks for all the answers. I really appreciate it. When it comes to ice, it's okay to eat a piece of pizza every once in a while, or have some ice cream, as long as 80% of the time we're eating healthy. So you can spin that into a lesson, and then you can push them towards a nutrition program or a free week or a 21-day trial or whatever it is that you want to push them to, but get them engaging first. So being consistent and having variety. And then next is going to be controversial. So drawing a line in the sand and telling people and taking a stand for something, it will turn some people off, but it's going to attract a lot more people to you. But either way, both of them are going to be talking about it. So something comes up in the news that you don't agree with or you agree with, you can say, hey, how do you guys feel about XYZ that was on the news? And you can say what you feel about it, and then you'll get a whole bunch of posts. A lot of times I wouldn't chime in until later, because if you give your opinion, then most people aren't going to want to go against you. So they'll just be a lot of yes men and just say, I agree, I agree, I agree. And the people that won't interact. So normally I would just post it and then just ask, how do you feel about this? Not say what you feel about it until the next day or something like that. Then go back and be like, hey, I loved all the answers. This is my take on it. But if you do that first, then you won't get as much engagement, because people will be afraid to go against what you said. So I would just put on there, a couple months ago, Bob Harper had a heart attack, and everybody blamed it on him working out too hard doing CrossFit. And man, the engagement on all those posts were thousands and thousands of comments, and half of them were like he's trying to kill himself in the gym working out so hard doing CrossFit, and the other one was the other argument was no, it was a genetic disorder, and he wouldn't have survived it if he wasn't in as good a shape as he was. So, they had thousands and thousands of comments. So something along those lines that's controversial. It could be about a certain type of diet. It could be about a TV show like Biggest Loser. You could talk about, show the after picture and ask if you think they went too far or not. And then some people are like, no, I'm really proud of her. She's still healthy. And other people are like, no, she went way too far. She's not healthy. And then you can give your take on it at the end after everybody engages. But these are the 3 main things that you should focus on when trying to post engaging content. Some other things that you could do is just stories. Share what you're going through, make it more personal, make it more authentic, and then ask them to share a similar story or a similar struggle that they have, something like that. But that's basically it. Be consistent, but have variety, so that way they don't stop looking at the posts if they're the same post all the time. Always ask questions. Tell them to actually leave a comment or post that you want to hear from them. Give them examples. Take that creative burden off of them so they don't have to think too hard. Make it as easy as possible for them to engage. throw in some controversy, in there. Controversy always wins. Some of the biggest brands, biggest business are the most controversial. I mean, look at our president, look at CrossFit. Whether you like them or not, you're talking about them. So, it's better to have half people love you and half people hate you than everybody think you're just okay. That's actually one of the areas that I struggle with. So I can probably take my own advice and be more controversial at times, and then share more stories. Follow those 4 things. You're going to get a lot more engagement in your Facebook group. So that is it for this week. Thanks again for joining me. Leave any questions or comments you have in the comment section below, and I will talk to you guys next week.